My name is Secondwind814, and welcome to my review of The Lion King 2019. Yes, it's the live-action remake of Disney's 1994 classic. Yeah, as you can probably tell, I did not enjoy this film. What do I think? The film was total absolute garbage? No, well, I don't think it was absolute garbage, but this was bad. Okay, so where do I begin with this movie? So I have to admit, when this movie was first announced, I just had my doubts about how the whole live action thing, and I have to say, now that I've seen it, I was definitely right. Right. The live, right. If you go, right, somebody who had seen in the original, somebody who grew up with the original, well, well, the live action just doesn't work, and you may think that it's just biased, but there are reasons, and I'll get to that first, but, well, no, first, but, well, I'll get to the first one. The first one, I think, is just kind of a bias. I admit, I'm kind of biased towards or I guess I say I'm partial towards the original animated version. I somebody who saw it in theater was in 1994 when I was very young. I just I you just I guess you could say I'm just partial to the animated version. The live action version, it doesn't have the same appeal. It doesn't feel. Do I feel the nature, the whole live action nature? It doesn't have that same impact as the animated version. The animated version, and bright, it's colorful. Not to say that this one wasn't, but it's just that at so many of the visuals of the iconic original are just lost here. And I guess you could say that that's the other one. And the other part about with the live action thing is if you go back and watch the original anime, which I did the day before, yesterday. Okay, if you watch if you watch it, you can tell the character. You can watch with the facial expressions, the characters, you can see fear, anger. You can just see all that with the anime. Because they're using live action. Let's not all characters in this are basically CGI, but the issue is there's no way to convey a expression except with the eyes, and even then you have to zoom in. There's no unless, I mean, the hyenas are, well, no, not even the hyenas, because there's no the live action with using what is supposed to look like live action animals. There's just no emotion being conveyed with the faces. There's just nothing there. Nothing. The characters, they just look I don't want to say lifeless, but they just look like animals talking in here. No emotion conveyed. No, impact of back there. Just there. It's hard to describe unless you've seen the original. And now, one thing I also want to say about this one is, well, I'm getting, but yeah. So I have to say, I just think the original is better looking in terms of the visuals, like the scene, the opening scene there, the iconic opening scene was from Circle of Life. Here, instead of the classic the sun rising above the horizon, we open with the sun already above the horizon, which, and this may just be me, but it honestly kind of felt like almost it's like one of those an opening shot to a nature documentary. And I know that sounds weird, but that open, it's not as good as that classic opening scene with the sun rising above the horizon and the call out. Oh, that actually happened. It was about, I'd say, 10 seconds into the movie, which I think it was a big mistake. Or I should say, maybe 10 seconds after the visual was on screen, which I think is a big mistake because that scene is iconic. It just the magic of the sun appearing over the horizon and the singer calling out the this or whatever they're singing there. That's just not here, and it's just, and that's a lot, and that's a true for so many of the other songs, which is what I was going to get to. The songs in this movie, no. When I watched Circle of Life, when I watched Lion King originally, and that song hits, and Circle of Life hits, and those visuals come up with the opening, I cried. I'm not ashamed to admit it. I cried. I was moved to tears. I just was. Granted, when I hear it, I did get some feels, but nothing like that original. The songs here, nothing. It just didn't have the same impact. Which, before I go with the song, it was like, yeah, well, yeah, like I was saying, I watched the visuals of that opening scene of the Circle of Life with young Simba, and Mufasa and Sarabi and all the other animals. That it just didn't have the same for me. I got some feels, but nothing. I was not moved to tears by anything in this movie. Like, I just can't wait to be king. That one I felt was probably one of the worst affected by these live action visuals, because like if you watch the original, it's this big extravaganza, musical extravaganza. The animals are in time with the time are dancing in time with the music and how and all this beautiful visuals and how it just like that animal stack like that's just not here. It's just kind of in the Simba and Nala running through a bunch of animals, and I have to admit I did not enjoy that at all. Well, I can't say at all. I left the song was there, but the song was but even the song, it just, yeah, it was the song, but it's so hard to explain. Magic. The magic of that scene just wasn't there. There. And before I go on, I just want to I have to address this right now. What the hell did you do, Disney? Well, I shouldn't say it, but what the hell did it was with this? Be prepared. Be prepared. That freaking scene, it can see Scar's stuff from the original sucked. Hell, it wasn't even a song. It was hung. And I don't it's one of Scar's was a freaking Scar giving a speech, which eventually led to him literally talking in music, talking in rhythm to music. I guess we'd call it singing by the end, but no, but what the heck? It wasn't. There was not be prepared. Be prepared that he completely destroyed this. Void it. Absolutely, they destroyed it. That song in the original where they have the visuals, Stars, Jeremy Irons singing, the hyenas, and just the visuals, how it constantly changes. It is like in the beginning, how it's in it, and it's green, then it turns to a gravy color, then it turns to a hellish red color, or it goes from, or how we see you see like it Scar literally turned the hyenas into the third right. Like that into the third right. None of that was here. It was literally Scar they're talking to a bunch of hyenas, and it's like seriously, be prepared. That, and I have to say, be prepared is beside its Circle of Life is definitely one of my favorite songs from the original. Sorry about that, but yeah, getting back to where I was, Scar. It's just there's no song built up. It's not load up. Heck, the three hyenas, because it's not even. I'm getting off track, but still, it's yeah. Be prepared is terrible. Ew. The villain song. No, it's not villain song. It's a freaking villain's speech. Each. It is a freaking speech, and it is a complete travesty, and disrespect of the original. What the heck, Disney? What the heck? Anyways, moving. Got that out of my system. So, I guess that this is probably a good time to start just talking about the characters, because wowie. I mean, like I said earlier, the characters, there's no emotion. Well, I shouldn't say no emotion, but with the freaking facial expressions, you can't have the facial expressions with live action. This live action version. There's just there's no, and it's not there. It just feels like the character, and none of the character. But other than that, none of the characters. It doesn't feel like the magic of the characters is just not there at all. And maybe they're trying. Heck, James Earl Jones, he's probably trying, maybe, but still, I mean the character there's almost every line is, well, I mean not every line, but most lines a lot about probably 95% of the dialogue in this movie is literally a line for line remake of the original, and it's just not that nothing's there. There's just no magic there. It's there. Heck, and I'm just gonna say that this movie was kind of what I feared. It's just the characters going through the motions. It's them going through the scene, just them going through the scene without any impact or magic. None of the I had no emotion towards any of the characters' lines. Nothing. Even even James Earl Jones, he didn't see. Jones, just none of them felt good. Even Timon and Pumbaa. But God, I know, but I mean, I know Timon and Pumbaa had some funny moments. Seth Rogen, Billy Eichner, I understand that they're probably trying, but every character just felt like they were phoning it in. That's what it is. Timon and Pumbaa, they had, well, I mean, occasionally, yes, they had some funny moments. Even then, I just did. They had some moments that made me laugh, but even then, I didn't believe, didn't have, it didn't have the feels, it didn't have the magic. Every character was just phoning it in, going, and that's what it felt like, going through the lines. Heck, like the scene in the gorge where Scar throws Mufasa off the cliff. If long live the king, you watch the original where Scar gets up in Mufasa's face and tells him long live the king. Here, king, that scene where it has that impact, where you can see Scar, where it darkens and you can see Scar smiling because he knows he's about to get what he wants. Here, it's like Scar shows up, does the claw thing, and it's like, long live the king. Woo! And it's not like some ritual, like an true evil Scar, like Scar would be. Or like even James Earl Jones just felt like he was in like the scene where he and his like the scene in the original where from the original where Mufasa is talking to Himba from after the elephant graveyard scene. That scene was just I have to say I just have to say it. The scene was completely butchered. It was had no impact. It's not. There's no. Or we don't see their faces. It's them sitting there. And James Earl Jones and Simba is sitting with their backs to the camera and just with a character sitting with their and Mufasa and Simba sitting with their backs to the camera and going through the lines. Nothing, and it did not feel genuine at all. Nothing. Heck, I did not believe Mufasa. Okay, I did somewhat. Well, no. Mufasa, Sarabi, Scar, even Simba. I felt nothing towards this Simba. You watched the original Simba. Simba was the original Simba was 1,000 times more likable than this one. And this Scar sucks. He's freaking dead. He's freaking dead at every. Yeah, he's not intimidating at all. all this stuff. All, I mean, like I already did. You don't like. You said like, in the beginning how I didn't enjoy the live action visuals, but this Scar, or, he is just weak. Weak. He has no presence on screen. He's literally just there to be there because he has to be. Has to be. But he's not. He is nowhere near what the Scar of the original was. Now, as the Scar of the original, that was menacing, intimidating. Yet intimidating. He was. This Scar, lousy, nosy, boring, completely uninteresting. This thing, he doesn't even. Heck, at this Scar, and some people may say that he's better, or as he hasn't become up in the Scar what the Scar of the original became. But I would rather watch that than this Scar. It's just boring. He's just boring a-hole. That's where I can use. Scar is boring. Scar. It's not Scar. Scar and name only. That's what. Heck, that's what most of these characters are. Character and name only. Timon and I will. Timon and Pumbaa had at least had maybe one funny part. They got me. I admit that I laughed a little bit there, but at most of the time when I laughed at Timon and Pumbaa, it was just kind of laugh followed by sort of a cringe, a slow under the breath moan. Moan. And I'll get to the part that made me laugh later. Heck, I need to address even Rafiki. Rafiki in this one. And he's not what he was. He's not the old, the, I wouldn't say wisecracking, but he's not the, wise old, and sometimes joyous character that he was in this one. He's just there. He's there just to be there. Be there. And no, I did not believe. I did not have no feeling during the scene with him and Simba. So yeah, none of the characters. They're just there because they have to be. I did not believe any of the characters here. And yeah, so admittedly, they took even like this part of the movie where he goes into Simba goes into exile, and goes into when he's in exile with Timon and Pumbaa. If maybe the actors were trying, but Seth Rogen and Billy Eichner I guess they were. Maybe they were trying, but still, I just did. Most of the time when I laughed at them, I was just not entertained, and I was kind of yeah. Ain't laugh. It wasn't heck. And I have to say, that stuff, Hakuna Matata, that classic song from the original, hated it. Well, no, I shouldn't say I hated it, but it was not Hakuna Matata at all. I admit it, I did not enjoy it when Seth and either Timon or Pumbaa were singing the song Hakuna Matata. Yeah, I was singing along, but the magic was just not there. The one thing, I mean, Hakuna Matata. You look at the original. Oh, you can get dancing. That's amazing, amazing. This one, no, nothing here. Hakuna Matata. No, not Hakuna Matata. There's, it's just, it's not. There's nothing there. It's not Hakuna Matata. Maybe Seth Rogen and Billy Eichner they're doing their best, but also, one of the things I don't think I enjoyed about or the whole with Simba's time in exile is there's actually a lot of other creatures there. Here, like I said, yeah, there are actually other talking creatures there. Which I have to admit, it's just me, that's my personal bias as to or my partiality towards the original, but I don't enjoy what I just did not enjoy the fact that there were other creatures there. Nature was that the other animals were there. For me, I think I was kind of expecting just Timon and Pumbaa like the original, that's kind of since this one was almost. I mean, for the most part, or at least in the beginning half, was almost a shot for shot. Well, you can't really say that's not right, but yeah, I did not enjoy the fact there were other talking ones that were there. Maybe they were trying to, because this was live action, and they wanted to have the other animals there, but still, Hill, I just, for me, having the other animals there just did not, just really took it away. Illy, really, Illy, just devalue. That's the word. It just left us to devalue the impact and the magic of that He's growing up with Simba growing up with this up during the Hakuna Matata song, and being basically raised by Timon and Pumbaa. The magic of that just was not here. So yeah, uh, uh, even I mean, heck, even young Nala, adult Nala, neither of them had the magic. And again, yes, I know that. I say that knowing full, hey that, and I know if Beyonce was Nala, but I just didn't buy how I a performance, and it's just maybe it's just my partiality towards the original animated version, but still, I just did not buy the emotions, the interactions between Nala and Simba. Like I said, it was just the character. Was just the characters going through the lines. Even the lines that obviously he was altered, or the new scenes that they actually shot for the remake. Even then, it was just the characters going through the motion, going through the lines, going through the motions. Can you feel the love tonight? Absolutely. That song in the original. When I watched the original, I teared up in that part. That part. Here, no. I just didn't feel anything. I was looking to try to feel something throughout this whole thing. Apart from a slight feels was at the beginning. There was just nothing there, no magic, no impact from these characters. There's also and I have to and There's one thing I have to admit, and I think this is probably on the topic of the characters, and visuals that I need to address, that I've that's part that I skipped over, is the hyenas. I've already talked about how Scar, or is just not Scar in this one, but the hyenas. There's a Shenzi, Banzai, and speaking of hyenas, where the hell was Ed? Ed. The hyenas are terrible. Well, Shenzi, Banzai, Ed, none of them. Well, okay, yes, they have the Shenzi and Banzai, yeah, I guess. But, yes, but I consider them characters in name only. They're not, they're not the hyenas from the original. Well, they're the hyenas of 2019, and I'll admit, the hyenas were probably one of the very, very, very few visuals I actually like. Visuals I shouldn't say like, but I thought was decent in this one. And the hyenas I thought were pretty good. 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 Well, no, I shouldn't say. I can't say pretty good, but I thought the hyenas were decent in visual. In personality, no, absolutely not. You have Shenzi, who is now apparently the leader of the hyenas, because the hyenas now, instead of the classic 3 hyenas, that we got, those hyenas, it's now all the hyenas now. Every time you see the hyenas, it's literally a massive army of them. We don't have, they don't have the personalities, the interactions of the. And if Ed is there, or which, if it is Ed, trust me, it's Ed in name only. The hyenas, there's no. Oh shit. Oh, Shenzi, Banzai, Ed. None of them. No. They're here in name only. Only. And I couldn't tell the difference. And the only one I could tell the difference, which one was which, was Shenzi. Other than that, no, Banzai. And Ed. I mean, maybe Ed. I mean, granted, there were only 3 that talked, but still, when the hype. Like when Scar is doing the be prepared speech, instead of 3 hyenas, it's literally all the hyenas in the graveyard, in the elephant graveyard. It's literally all of that. All the hyenas are literally an army, and it's not. And if you're wondering, no, it's not the freaking third right, because like. Banzai and Ed, they have the Ed. It's like Ed does things like to annoy Banzai, and he's if it is Ed, hold on. Okay, so it's not Banzai and Ed. It's Kamari and Azizi. No, bad. If you're going to do this, you have to do it right. The hyenas are there in visual only. Other than that, no. I did not enjoy the hyenas. I mean, yes, Shenzi has the lead personality, but still, even so, even she felt like it was. She felt like one of the only voice actress for Shenzi. She felt like the only one who was sort of trying. And besides Timon and Pumbaa, but other than that, everybody else just felt like the other 2 hyenas just felt felt like they were everybody else throwing it in. And I have to say, the elephant graveyard scene in this one. So go back and watch the original. But the visuals, you see the bones, the skeletons everywhere. Everywhere. It's creepy. Here, it's just kind of like a shadowy area with a few caves, maybe a few small caves here and there. And then once the hyenas show up, all of a sudden, literally out of nowhere, nowhere, it's a bunch of hyenas. And the chase scene, I just, even the chase scene, it was all right. No, I take that back. No, it was not. I just, no. I just did not buy any. I, and even later on, like, like Shenzi and Nala have like a, they develop a rivalry, or I didn't buy it. Even in the final scene, but I'm getting ahead of myself. And I know I've skipped over a lot of scenes, but back to the Elephant Grave. Yeah, go back and watch the original. The original with the bones everywhere, the bones, the skeletons, the dark, eerie, just the dark area. The whole, the geysers or whatever you tell, those everywhere. They're just, this elephant graveyard sucks. It's not. The original is creepy. It honestly looks like a place where, Ace, you look at it, it looks like a place where you should not be. Here, probably just stumbled on, some outskirts or something. No biggie. No, probably just stumbled on some weird outskirts or some place or anything. It's no biggie. That's what and I'm sorry I'm being myself, but still, it just, no magic right there. And I have to say, hey, and I know, because I want to talk about this movie in detail, because as somebody who went to see who saw the original theaters, who grew up loving it, who grew up, who still enjoys it to this day, who still cries is when watching it in the original. Well, even though I'm a grown man, this movie he does not do the original justice at all. Heck, even the gorge scene. The gorge scene with the wildebeests. It just felt. And it was. You lost the original. Well, yeah, this one had the music, had the music, but even with the music, I just did the fear, the tension, the dread, the fear for poor Simba, not there. Hair. It's not there. Even when Scar goes to see Mufasa and that there's a stampede in the gorge. Simba's down there. And there. Nothing. Absolutely not. It's not there. No emotion. Go back and watch the original, how Scar reports to Mufasa. You can tell how Scar is pretending to show concern. You can tell it's just being portrayed much better. And maybe that's just the fact. That's the issue with the live action, but still, even so. Oh, even when Mufasa and Scar throws Mufasa off the cliff, if In the original, Mufasa is literally hanging onto the side for dear life and Scar's there. Here, Mufasa is literally at the top of the freaking cliff. He has his literal huge freaking paw or claws on the top edge. He could probably climb up. Up. Haha. Mufasa is literally the stronger of the brothers. He could probably climb up. But no. It's just top of edge Scar. Huh? Long live the king. Woo! Oh. The original, you watch the original when Scar throws Mufasa off. It's sad. It's shocking. It's intense. And Simba has the nip here. It just felt like whoever was doing it was phoning it in. And I'm sorry. Sorry, but I just did not believe it. Young Simba. Even when he's nudging his father, trying to get his father to get up. You watch the original, you look here. It's sad. It's heartbreaking. Here, it's not. Even when the scene with Simba being after with the hyenas are chasing him after the stampede, and Scar says, and Scar basically sends Simba into exile, and does the hyenas kill him? Yeah, not there. It's like, Simba just kind of goes off the cliff, and yeah, Scar's dead. They say, oh, yep, he's dead. They don't even do the whole class. Oh, if you ever come back, we'll kill you. No. Simba just runs away. He goes off the cliff. A hyena goes with him. Not one of the hyenas as we know, or just one of the not unnamed hyenas. It's just hyena. Yeah. We'll make sure he's dead. Is he dead? Yeah, we'll just say he's dead. Head. Off we go. And like, there's just no magic there. Even when he's meeting, Simba meets Timon and Pumbaa. Timon and Pumbaa like I said, maybe they're trying. Maybe Seth Rogen, Billy Eichner, I get they're trying, but I think that. I think the problem was maybe they were a little too Seth Rogen and Billy Eichner. I don't really want to say that, but I get that they're trying, but I just did not believe them. And another thing I have to say, address this with the songs. I just have to say this about them. I forgot to mention earlier with Hakuna Matata and and Can You Feel the Love Tonight. I did not enjoy Timon or Pumbaa's singing voice. I did not. It just it just felt like they were just somebody trying to sing, but who can't. Or I should say somebody who can't sing trying to sing. And Can You Feel the Love? I just did not buy any of it. So yeah, like even when, I mean, I admit I enjoyed the jungle part. The jungle well, no, I shouldn't say that because I think it's just my partiality, but like the grubs, even when Simba says slimy yet satisfying, like I said, it's like I've been saying this whole video. It just felt like him going through the lines. Another thing. like even when Simba comes back to the Pride Pride Lands, yeah, they look sort of barren, but it's like not. They don't look like a place that's literally barren and dry, and literally on the verge, and literally like clinging to life. Life. It it does not look like it. Well, I mean, it does sort of, but eh, like it doesn't look like it's a place that's literally like facing a famine. That's what I can say. It's like it does not look like it's a place that's literally on the brink of where everybody's literally on the brink of starvation. You go back to the original. You watch the original when Simba comes back. The Pride lands. It's literally. It is literally. It looks like the freaking elephant graveyard. It's barren, and everything is. Well, man, yeah, everything is kind basically dead. And where rivers should be are just basically hastily small, they dried up canyons, just and there, it's just canyons. The visuals just are not there. Like even when he goes back there, like you go, like I said it is, but if you watch the original one, well, you look at it, it literally looks like a place. Pride Land, when Simba comes back, it literally looks like a place that's on the verge of collapse. Apps. Apps. Like, it's like, it looks like a place that is basically that is unlivable. That you cannot. Well, it's a place that basically, no one can. Excuse me. It's a place that nothing can survive anymore. There's no or and even like when and they go back to confront Scar. But I have to admit, this is probably the one part of the movie that got me to genuinely laugh out loud. How this is the one part when they need to distract the hyenas, where Timon and Pumbaa literally was sort of a weird rendition of Be Our Guest. I will admit that got me. That actually did get me to laugh. So I'll give them that. But I mean, but other than that, no. Even when Simba's confronting Scar, Ar, it's Ar, like I said, it's just going through the lines. And I know I keep saying that, but that's just basically what it was. That this movie was. It was the characters just going through the line, or going through the motions, if you will. And I have to say, one of the and like I said earlier, literally, I probably about half of the first half of this movie is literally shot for shot, and the majority of the dialogue, but even the dialogue, majority of the dialogue is literally, I think I said about 95%. Well, maybe, eh, and maybe it's lower than that. Maybe it's lower than that. It's literally taken from the movie. It's literally a line for line rendition of the movie, of the original. Well, original. But just so many scenes here are just lack lack emotion. They lack the match. They lack the impact. None of the scenes feel hands. There's no emotion out of these scenes. Like even the scene in Rafiki, you find Simba. It And you watch the original. Oh, oh, that is a freaking tear. That is a tearful scene. And that scene made me tear up where Rafiki takes Simba to the pool and shows to Simba that his father lives in him. And then Mufasa's ghost comes in the sky. That's not here. Well, I should say it's not here, but literally that scene, it's there just because it has to be. Which like I said earlier, like I keep saying, it just feels like that's what this movie is. Like the scenes are just there because they have to be. It doesn't feel like there's any impact. There's no magic, no motion put into this movie. And I hate to keep restating that, but that's how this movie feels. But like even that scene where that in the original where Mufasa's ghost comes out of the clouds, here the clouds just kind of form up. You see, he what might briefly resemble a face in the clouds, lightning. You see some lightning, and then you hear James Earl Jones' voice, and this is probably one of the only times where the dialogue is not taken from the original. Oh, because the "you have forgotten who you are" part, yeah, they don't have those lines, and it's basic. It's literally here. You hear James Earl Jones' voice telling Simba, "Oh, he's got to take his place as king." And Simba says, "Oh, no," Simba just says, "Oh, I can't." It just, well, you know, even when Simba, like, I have to say, hey, they, yeah. And I know I keep restating and ranting, but this movie, I don't know what else to say. Other than, hey, like, I know Zazu, even Zazu. Hazu. I mean, Zazu was one of the characters that was sort of interesting, but not even he could save this movie. In Zazu, I didn't believe. He, like I get it, Zazu, but here, he did not have the personality of the original. Zazu in the original, well, I get, but still, oh, I mean, Zazu in the original, oh yeah, I mean, well, he was a good, you can tell, no, Zazu is literally like the king's advisor. I would, king's advisor, or I forget what his title would be called, but still, like Zazu, even Zazu, and I hate to, I'm just lost my train of thought there, but anyways, yeah, he was even I didn't even believe him. So yeah, and I have to even the final fight just lacks that impact act. It's basically that, and I think this might again be sort of my partiality towards the original animated. And yes, this Pride Rock uh, uh, does basically catch on fire, but still, hell, even with Simba fighting the hyenas, it's just Simba and the lioness is fighting the hyenas. As once again, it is what I've been saying this entire review. It's the characters going through the motions. Even the final confrontation with Scar. Har. I mean, har. it's literally recreated from the original, and it's just not the original, and it just lacks the Scar magic. Now, granted, no, I shouldn't say granted, but yeah, like even in the part where the hyenas attack, nothing. And I know this, and once again, this is probably my partiality towards the original animated, but but it plays into what I said earlier, or how with the live action, and it's literally like almost impossible to convey the emotions with the facial expressions. You watch the original where Simba is confronting Scar, and Scar is literally begging Simba not to kill him. That is like 10 times more convincing than this one is. It's just is it's li- is you hear the characters say their lines, but once again, but the characters lines, but I mean, without the animated, without the ability to convey with with the actual facial expressions, the actions, it just does not kind of, there's just no magic, and that's, I know that I've just been saying basically the same thing over and over again, but that's just that's the truth of this movie. It is nowhere near or as good as the original. It does not do the original justice. The characters are all completely phoning it in. Even at the end where the hyenas kill Scar. Are I mean, yeah, it's literally a recreation of the original. Oh, original, literally. But even so, it just lacks. Well, but you know. But the characters, I did not, like I said earlier, I did not believe any of them. All the scenes, and Mufasa talking to his son, Scar talking to the lion, Ian, Timon and Pumbaa discovering Simba, Nala, finding adult, oh, adult Simba and Nala reuniting. And heck, even in the morning patrol with with Mufasa and Simba, just not. It just did not. I just did not believe it. It was literally felt like the characters was going through the motions. I just and ugh, I just did not believe any of it. The characters are literally going through the lines, just phoning it in. Even James Earl Jones with Mufasa. You listen to him in the original, like in the part where he's talking to his son, to Simba after the elephant graveyard scene. In the original, you can tell there's emotion there. There's actual disappointment there. Here, it just really feels like, yeah, a pleasant conversation. Oh, it feels like, yeah, Simba, you disappointed me. I know. You disobeyed me. Yeah, I know. Literally, you kind of like they're just sitting there having a pleasant conversation, and not a conversation, not a not a talk that a son would have, or not a talk that a father would have with his son after he literally disobeyed his orders. Or I should say, a king would have with his son after he disobeyed his orders. It was. There's everything just felt like that. Even the part where, like the songs, obviously, I already talked about how they destroyed the songs. The Circle of Life was one of the only good ones where I got like I said, was the only one where I got heals, but Be Prepared was horribly butchered, butchered, butchered. Er, I can't wait. I just can't wait to be king. Complete dud. Kuna Matata. Hana. Hana. Dud. Can you feel the love tonight? Another misfire. Higher. Like even in the well, I shouldn't say instrumental pieces, but like there's the choir pieces. There's, there's even in the one with the gorge. Yeah, the music was accurate. Right, but still, but even with the music, I did not believe the scene. And when he goes back to Pride Rock, Hawk and and Simba takes his place, and then it shows the ceremony with him and Nala and their cup. Mm. No, I just did not believe it. And I have to say, like I said, I don't think that this movie was the absolute total garbage, although the songs were. But yeah, this movie was bad. Bad. The visual, and I know I've talked about, and I should probably talk about the visuals. Even it was like the Pride Lands, and I know, and this is like I said earlier, it's probably just my partiality towards the original animated, but I just did not believe the visuals here. I did not believe her here. The visual or how it's live action. I did not believe the animal. I mean, the animal was I actually believe that the animated original animal was a lot more, or I should say, at least like 10 times more than I bought this one. And like I said, live action. One of the things I think need, and I think this is probably one thing I should address this now. How is the first I need to address now is like when he's explaining the pouncing lesson, Essen, it just it feel when you in the original the camera yes the camera was the it shows the camera focusing on every well yeah it shows all the other creatures, but like in the original you literally see the conversation between Simba and Mufasa. Here it's literally camera angles showing them in a distance. It's like there are like drone shots that's showing. And you don't really even see the conversation. Well, you do. You see them talking, but like you don't see the whole. In the original, you literally see them. All the time when they're talking. Here, you see them talking, but a lot of it feels like a voiceover, because it wants to show off the kingdom, the Pride Lands, but still, so I have to admit, I need to admit well, no, I'm not going to admit anything because that means I actually would like it. I didn't. Even that, I didn't feel it. And like I said, in the beginning, when the circle of life is the only thing that got somewhere to feel, but even after that, it kind of went away. I mean, literally, the circle of life is literally, I guess, as best you can call it, a shot for shot. Shot for shot. They do take some liberties, like similarities, obviously, but still, even then, and I just after that, the movie. Anytime I laughed, if it was just kind of, it was sort of, I said, I said, and then followed by it was just that. Man, I didn't believe, man, like, and I know, and the visual was, like I said, the elephant graveyard sucks, sucks, sucks. The jungle of Timon and Pumbaa. I think there's just my partiality towards the original animated, but still, like, and I think maybe it has to do with the fact that there's a whole bunch of other talking animals there, hair, hair, but still, hair. The even the jungle just felt like it was falling way short of the original. Well, the song sequence or Kuna Matata, like even when uh, uh, it's just them going through the song. And I get that maybe because it's live action, and you can't really have you show something like a lion and swing on a vine into a pool, but still, eel, ill. It's just, I know, I understand that, but still, I would have liked to at least seen that, a little bit of that, and maybe they're going for more comic relief here, but I mean, and so yeah, I mean, what can I cover about the? I mean, yeah, the visual was, and I think, but overall, even in general, I just the live action it just lacks the heart and the magic and the impact of the original. Oh, I don't get why so many of Disney's original or animated classics need get a live action remake. What I just don't understand that these live action remakes. I mean, Aladdin was all right. Right? I didn't see Beauty and the Beast. But yeah, this was. I mean, this was definitely worse than Aladdin. Like the original, you watch the original. The original is bright. It's colorful, colorful. It colorful. It has. I want to say a. I mean, it's bright. It's colorful, colorful. It's colorful. How else do I describe it? Engaging. Like the visuals of the original are just so much more appealing. Here, like the live action visual just aren't appealing. There's just nothing there. I should say nothing there, but like there's just like the live action just feels action. It just does not. Like I said, it just lacks the heart. It lacks art and the magic of the original. This one, original. Oh, the visual is. Even with, I mean, I know I've talked about scenes like paintings at great length, even coming back to Pride Rock, but I just cannot overstate how much I think I prefer the original or better. Original. Pride Rock, I think is the one thing I'll give them. Pride Rock was accurate, so I'll give them that. But even so, no, Pride Rock. Even with Pride Rock, everything else just had no lacked the heart, lacked the magic. 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 Like, even the desert. The scene of where Timon and Pumbaa fight off the buzzards or vultures or whatever. Never. Even that just did not at the visuals there. Like you should watch the visual of the original of how they Timon and Pumbaa jumping around. It's just like I know this is probably just that's me once again me being partial towards the original, but even that it just didn't have the same impact. Like when Simba meets Timon and Pumbaa, that scene. I mean, before Hakuna Matata, I just didn't believe it. Leave it. Watch the original. Like here, original. You can tell. Oh, there's a you can in there. Here, it's just Simba. I mean, like I said, going through the line. Simba going through the lines. And I hate to keep reinstating that, but that's basically what the acting was in this movie. It was literally the characters going through the motions. So yeah. And like I said, it lacked all the heart and the impact and the emotions of the original. And like I said, I had in the original. I was watching the original. That original when that at first, when that song, when the circle of life hits, and that song, that sun unrises, and then you just see the visuals. Like I teared up. I admit I had to pause the movie a few times while I was watching the original because because there were times I literally cried. Hide. Mufasa's ghost. I teared up. Love. Can you feel the love tonight? I definitely teared up there. When he comes back, cry rock, and the circle begins again. I cried. And at no point during this movie did I ever, did I tear up. Uh, uh, at no point at all did I get any. Oh, did I? Well, I shouldn't say tear up. I mean, I got the feels during the feels during the circle of life. That was even that was just during the very beginning of the song, not during the actual song. No, the rest of the movie, at no point did I feel anything other than anything. I mean, anything. I mean, granted, wasn't exactly be sitting there or praying for it all to end, but still, even at no point did I get tears. At no point did I feel any emotions coming on. You walk. And I watched the original as a grown, like I said, even as a grown man, it made me cry. And the original, and that's why I'm being so critical of this film. As somebody who has seen the original, is a huge fan of it, had grew up with it. This film the original is literally one of the big part of my childhood. This movie it just does not do the original justice at all. What can yeah. Another thing I've heard about this movie is that it is apparently very dark. I don't know who's been saying that, but I wouldn't exactly use the term dark to describe this movie. Yeah, some of the visuals are kind of dark, but like dark in tone, atmosphere. I not how I would describe this movie. I mean, heck, I think the original I think is definitely darker than this movie. movie. Like the death of Mufasa. You watched it? Go watch the original. The death of Mufasa in the original is sad, devastating, hating because you can tell and hear because of how the character, literally how the characters are just going through the motions. The death of Mufasa here just does not have any lacks any emotion. And even then, I did not tear up. I did not feel anything. I admit I teared up in the original while I was watching the original when Mufasa died. I did. I teared up here. It was just like and like this. No, I was about to say it was the one time where I thought I sort of bought Scar's voice acting, but no, no. I mean, it seems like even, and I should say, and I know I've been harping on voice acting for the past what hour, but even so, like Scar, oh, Jeremy Irons is Scar. The guy who played Scar here, which is name Chiwetel Ejiofor. I totally respect. Yeah, he's not Jeremy Irons. Jeremy Irons is Scar. Har. Har. This guy, he lacked any. He had no presence. This Scar was terrible. Oh, like even when he's confronting Sarabi, you watch the original Scar confronting Sarabi. Hobby, Hobby, Hobby. If you can tell Scar, well, when Scar snaps at Sarabi, here, the Scar, yeah, it's just like Scar, or he's just kind of, well, I mean, yeah, he is, but he does what I've been saying for the past thing throughout this review. Ooh. And I know, ooh, this movie, and I know, and I mean, I don't want to say that this movie was absolute shit. I know some people have said that. I don't think this movie was shit, but I do, but this movie was is just bad. Bad. Was it absolutely horrible? I wouldn't say it's absolutely horrible, but it definitely was up there in the it was bad category. Well, no, I shouldn't say it, but it definitely it was well, I mean, compared to the original, this is definitely worse. Definitely definitely bad. And I mean, in this one, I mean, the hyenas. Excuse me. This one, like I mean, I really don't know what else to say. Hey, I think, yeah, and I know this video has been long, but with me going through every scene, but but I have to be critical of this movie as somebody who is a big fan of the original, who still loves the original to this day, who still freaking tears up in the original, watching the original, or despite being a grown man. Man, I have to come down hard on this movie. I have to I have to come down. I have to be extremely critical. I mean, what else is there for me to talk about? I've already talked about the music. Music is nowhere near on par. The visuals are, you know, are nowhere near as good as the original. All the characters, the voice acting. I've basically talked about everything. So, and I know this was a longer review, but and I'm sorry for that, but I just needed to get that out there. Out there. So yeah, that's the Lion King, and it's time for the final verdict. Final verdict: The Lion King is a 3 out of 10. And I know I've said the and I know maybe I haven't gone off on a rant, but there was just no emotion, no heart, and maybe my expectations were too high, but this one, just fails so much, to live up to the original. I want to give it. I was going to give it a 4, but I can't. I can't give this one a 4. I have to be harsh on this one. This one. And this is of the Disney live action remakes I've seen, which I have admittedly only Aladdin. This one. This is definitely the worst one. So, oh yeah. 3 out of 10. I have to give it. I have to give it. The visuals were just lifeless. The characters just were falling in, just going through the motions. No heart, no emotions, no heart. The songs were terrible, terrible. Circle of Life, no life. Minor feels. I just can't wait to be king. No nothing. Be prepared. Er, I want. I shouldn't say, but murder. Can you feel the love tonight? Just not even that one. No emotion. Let's see. Emotion. The kitten. The story. Despite being a shot-for-shot remake. Well, not shot-for-shot, but literally being a near scene-by-scene remake of the original. I just didn't buy into it. It's just nothing. Even the hyena is just everything about this movie is just negative. I cannot give this thing anything other than a 3 out of 10. 10. And would I recommend to go see it? I mean, in the theater where I was, there were a lot of families taking their kids to it, but unfortunately, I can't. I just can't recommend this movie. If you're gonna have little kids when kids, I understand you probably want to take it or take them. I mean, they'll probably like it, but even so, there's just show them the original. Buy it on YouTube or Amazon Prime or Hulu or whatever. Just show if you want to experience this movie, The Lion King, with your kids. Show them the original. Have a family movie night. Don't take them to this. Have a family movie night. Everybody gets together with your other and watch the original. For people who are my age who grew up with it, I have to say, you stay away. This movie. I cannot recommend this movie to anybody. If you're my age, if you're somebody like me who grew up as a fan of this movie, who grew up movie, who still loves the movie today, I have to say to stay away. This movie is just. I have to say, I wasn't going to say it, but I have to say, compared to the original, This movie is a failure. Failure. This movie failure, and I have to say, even the music, it, even the music, the non, I don't want to call them instrument. Well, I guess you could call them the instrumental, but instrumental lacks anything. Stay away. I have to tell that to everybody. I cannot recommend this movie. I have to say, sit this one out. So yeah, Lion King 2019. Heen. 3 out of 10. Stay 10, and don't go see it. If you parents with young kids, it's family movie night. People of my age who like the original, stay away. And well, that about wraps up for this video. My name is 21814. Thank you so much for watching. May the wind always be at your back. See you next time.